And welcome, everyone. Welcome to another thrilling episode of The Nerd and the Huck. I, of course, am your lovely host, Miss KHuck. And here with me is always the wonderful NerdyJohn. Hello, Nerdy. How are you?
Doing good. You know, being threatened to be sued by furries, which is always a lovely thing to deal with.
John, stop it. You're causing more chaos. You're going to get sued even harder. Come on, stop.
Oh, they're not going to find this.
Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, that's been an interesting day for you today, huh?
Yeah. So anyway, guys, okay, speaking of slanderous things. So KHuck doesn't know a whole lot about this drama, but I'll go ahead and tell you folks. All right, so there's this guy who goes by the name of In Praise of Shadows, right? And what they do is like they're a horror essayist, and they go over like video essays on like horror movies and stuff, right? Well, for some reason, they have decided to make what was originally an over 3-hour long video about why conservative horror movies are bad. And for some reason, they decided to take pot shots at YouTubers in this. Come to find out, this guy was quote-unquote canceled before because he made a video 2 years ago about The Hills Have Eyes. And he made the comparison that the cannibal hillbillies in The Hills Have Eyes were allegories for black people and Native Americans, despite the fact that the cannibals were white. I just can't with people like this.
Oh my god!
So
I can't
some
either.
of the figures that they've have gone after in this video, as you will see, are figures like Brandon Buckingham, Oompaville, Some Ordinary Gamers, and the main subject of this section of the video, Wendigoon. Now, if you guys know who Wendigoon is, he is a horror YouTuber. Most people know him for his icebergs back in the day. He does a lot of like analog horror analysis videos where he sums up stories. He's also a man of faith, very open about his belief of God. He's actually also, in fact, a Sunday school teacher. But he never really shoves his beliefs down your throat. He's friends with people like Turkey Tom. He's been a guest on a couple of commentary podcasts. In fact, back when Half Baked was still a thing, he was a guest star for that. Anyway, so KHuck, initial reactions before we get into the video. What do you think of this so far?
Okay, well, I will just say that I did watch part of Muda's video, his response to this. This man made my brain hurt by just speaking within the first 5 seconds of Muda's response.
What do you mean?
He played this man made my brain hurt. I had no words. I had zero words about how he related to the Appalachian, or how did he? The Appalachian Mountains are racist.
Oh yeah, all
people that live in the Appalachian Mountains are racist.
Okay, I'm a good boy.
Excuse me, what? I literally I was like, okay, this is bad. So, but the part so he cut out the 35 or 40 minutes of him going after Wendigoon, right? Because of the backlash.
Correct.
I see. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Boblax has been ever so generous enough to archive this on Twitter.
Whoa! Let's go. Thank you, Bobby.
Let's go. Well, you ready to watch us?
Yes.
Let's go. Chapter 4, Wendigoon.
If you're not aware, Wendigoon is a horror conspiracy theorist YouTuber with several
horror conspiracy theorist YouTuber.
Oh my god.
million subscribers, that, as you will hopefully come to see, should not be seen as the wholesome, southern-friendly dad persona that he has publicly constructed around himself in the past several years. And that, like many people who talk about being Christians as
several years,
has a dark past
Indubitably.
with deep ties to far-right extremism.
he has deep ties to far-right extremism.
this is the first. He's not the first one that has gone after Wendigoon recently. There was someone else that did it too. Wasn't there?
No,
Didn't he get brought up like a while
one
ago?
in particular person. Every now and then, people will just try to cancel him because obviously he's religious, so that means he's a Nazi, obviously.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This poor Wendigoon. I feel so bad for him.
And he got piles of YouTube money from all the podcasts he does and creates. And
Well,
maintains,
still,
so-
I mean, I'm just saying, I still feel bad for him.
On a base level, his work has never been of personal interest to me. We share a similar focus on topics that we like to write about, but our similarities basically end there. I have no need or desire to hear 5 hours of opinions on Blood Meridian from a 21-year-old millionaire who got...
But we should rather hear it from...
From you?
Your criticism can't be that the video is too long, because again, this video was originally like over 3 hours long. It can't be because he's young. It has to be because he's a millionaire. Because, well, actually, hang on, let me find it real quick so that way we can all laugh together over this. Hang on, let me find it.
Oh
Let me
God,
find it real
I'm
quick.
scared.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's from the same video, actually. It's from the same exact video, and he does like an ad break, right? Speaking of ad breaks, if you wanna, hit that sub button, go right ahead.
Yes,
and
please.
support the Still Connected channel.
Yes.
All right, I found it. Are you
Oh,
ready
no.
for this goodness right here?
Oh God. Okay, go ahead.
This meme of an idea has directly impacted my work, my sense of self, and the videos that I am able to make, and I don't really think that that's fair. There was a month last year where I only made $500 in ad revenue. I can't live off that. The amount of times that I've almost had to stop making videos since then has been almost monthly. I've barely been able to keep this afloat. I've paid my rent late most months for the past year. The cruel and untrue things that you say about another person do in fact have...
He's a broke boy. Broke boy
Oh
on
my
YouTube.
God. I'm a broke boy. Feel sorry for me. I made less money last year. Like what?
Guys, you don't understand. Okay, I only made $500 on YouTube. What can
Only.
I possibly do? What can I possibly do?
Right? I can't live like this, John. What? No, only $500? Shame. For shame.
Yeah.
Like, what?
How much money have you made off YouTube again, KHuck?
0. Goose egg. Nada.
got famous around the age of 19. And I know that is probably the most boomer thing that I have ever said. Apologies for that. But I say that to argue that I really do think that there are some works that are really not intended to hit the right way until we're older. There are some works that fundamentally will not be understood by you if you are wealthy and have always been upper class your entire life. And this may all sound condescending, but that doesn't stop it from being somewhat true. I don't mean that to think that you shouldn't be able to say or publish whatever you like at any point in your life. You're obviously free to do so. And I also don't want it to be seen as if I'm talking down to young people, because I'm not. Politically, they are frequently the most with it, and their voices should be heard on issues that pertain to them. They are looked down upon too often in our culture. What I'm talking about here pertains to the very act of writing itself. And with that, perspective. And I don't know if you can actually really truly be a good cultural critic with a voice that has a definitive perspective, without several years of genuine, independent, lived experience away.
This is brain rot. This is absolute brain rot. You can't criticize a society without, having a lived experience. Oh, really?
Younger people, yeah. Oh, God.
Really?
And younger people are more with it politically. Like, what? What does that have to? What does that have to do with anything?
Away from the home that you were raised in. And in his case, he became
Sure, trying to
exceptionally
copy him with
wealthy
your
by the
shirt
time
there,
that he
sir.
was
Just saying.
19 or 20.
It seems like he's just mad about this guy became wealthy when he was 19 to 20. Like, it seems like he's just angry that his YouTube career took off.
And so if you leave the home and immediately become famous and rich without having to ever actually truly struggle, can you be considered to have ever actually had lived experience at all that would qualify?
You see, that's why this In Praise of Shadows here is better.
Oh my god.
He's only making $500 on YouTube, okay? Listen, he's thought about quitting every single day of his life. And that's the rich perspective he offers to his works. KHuck, it's amazing.
It's incredible.
It is absolutely incredible. It's awesome, in fact.
Qualify you to give criticism on works of art about the experience of average and poor people? I would argue not.
I would want to punch this guy in the face so much.
Right? Right?
It's like, pretentious YouTuber. Look how smart I am.
Exactly. Well, I think he brought it up a little bit ago. How old is he? Does he say, or does anybody know, like, roughly how old he is?
But he's lambasting Wendigoon for being young.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, that I got, but I just wasn't sure, like, if it was revealed or whatever, like, how old he is.
Same age, probably like early to mid 20s.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, but I was thinking that anyway, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, it's.
Yeah. Oh, and if that is the case, why would your perspective matter as a critic? Not to mention the fact that Wendigoon was raised in a very wealthy family, and with that comes from a wealthy perspective.
You see, he's the enemy of the common folk. He's not a true.
What?
His family must die during the revolution.
He's a rich boy. Get him!
I know.
He himself has inadvertently admitted that his family at one point had millions of dollars. When he said once on stream, "Would you believe me that when my dad was young, he used to be in an organized crime gang and is now a Sunday school teacher?"
Oh, for shame! For shame!
Wait. How do you know he's not just like bullshitting on stream? Yeah,
right,
like my dad was like an organized crime, but like now he's a pastor. Like I need to see, because he's not showing you a clip. He's just showing like the text. Like
yeah, that's his only proof, though, John. That's the only proof he needs.
For all we know, like this was in like a completely joking manner.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't provide a clip or anything. Like
he was in an organized crime gang that my grandfather ran. A lot of bad things went down. They got investigated by the FBI. My grandpa went to jail. My dad had to testify and tried to take up the business. The business fell apart, and he ended up losing millions of dollars to the state. Lost everything, found God, became a Christian, and is now both the best man and the best Christian I've ever met. But also, I'm not even here to criticize his body of work. I think his videos are very uninteresting. But ultimately, that is secondary to what makes him worth talking about. The first of which are the very strong beliefs that he seems to hold as important, that are in my opinion the antithesis of what horror should be about. There are many things that are red flags that we could talk about, from the bizarre gun owner.
So you have to be a devil lover, Satan worshiper in order to, like, what?
The bizarre gun. Wait, no, the bizarre gun ownership. Listen to that.
Flagrant use from my perspective of his religion as a shield from criticism, to the belief that he at one point followed many far-right accounts on Twitter, from Kyle Rittenhouse to Parler, the social media website where the January 6th insurrection was in part planned. People said, oh, he only followed them, but that doesn't mean that he agrees with them. But there are screenshots of tweets that may have been deleted.
Oh my God.
That clearly, in my mind, show a support to Rittenhouse.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Although, since I did not take these screenshots, they do have to be taken with a grain of salt. But in relation to everything else that we're going to talk about here, to me it seems to fall in line with his general beliefs. These have been widespread across the internet, and to my knowledge, I can find no examples of him directly saying that these are not real. So he may or may not have actually followed these accounts or supported them. But I do not believe that he has ever outright said that this did not happen, so take that as you will. We could talk about his past.
I can't. But he's sprinkling the information that, you know, usually this guy he's a bad guy, shouldn't be trusted. Listen, okay, he's a bad guy, you gotta listen to me, he's a bad guy.
could he? Oh my god, could he be more wishy-washy and just all over? Oh my, wow. Oh Jesus, I'm afraid to watch the rest. Go ahead, continue. Here.
And supposedly being a founding member in an online conspiracy theory group that, according to him, snowballed out of control into being a white supremacist neo-Nazi organization called the Boogaloo Boys. His online username at the time was Boogaloo Boy, and he claims to be the first to have started using it, but that he left the group and became Wendigoon after things started to get out of hand. And this is not a conspiracy theory in it.
I don't know, but he's saying here that he left the group before things got extreme. So, wouldn't that be a good thing? He left something. He left something as it was getting extreme.
Yeah, right. I would think so.
Itself, shockingly, he literally has said so in writing. As you'll see, he was just like, "Oh geez, sorry guys, about starting a violent hate group, guys. Sorry that people got killed. I totally didn't mean to do all that. My bad."
How many
nothing to do with that.
how many millions of deaths are the Communist Party responsible for?
Right?
Yeah,
he had nothing to do with that. He was what? What does
We're breaking.
do with him as a creator or person?
We're breaking KHuck's brain here, folks. I hope you're enjoying.
You are. Yes, this is a genuine reaction to this, guys. This is a genuine KHuck reaction that you're getting right now.
We're barely 5 minutes into this 30-minute segment, too.
Oh my god.
I'll do better next time. Also, it should be noted that the Boogaloo Boys are known for wearing Hawaiian shirts. And guess who else always has on a Hawaiian shirt?
Oh.
Gosh, okay.
What is that?
Look, all people who wear Hawaiian shirts are racist.
So what does that say about you there, sir?
Oh no, he's wearing the shirt ironically because he's criticizing him.
Oh, but still, that could. Well, yeah, that's true. But yeah, other people aren't going to know that. The other people that don't watch him or don't get it aren't going to know that.
His big brain audience will know that.
Despite the fact that he publicly totally does not share in their beliefs, guys. I'm just saying that if at the very
Hawaiian shirts, aka symbol of white supremacy.
least I, in any way whatsoever, somehow accidentally, inadvertently, started a hate group, I wouldn't continue to still dress like them if it were me. It would make me look like I still believed in their cause, and that I just couldn't talk about it because people would publicly get mad at me. If I accidentally started
This is so conspiracy brain right here. He's talking about how Wendigoon's a conspiracy theory YouTuber,
but what does a shirt have to do with what oh dear God. This is so bad.
a hate terrorist organization,
This is so bad.
I wouldn't rebrand as a horror YouTuber the next year, and instead would try and fight that ideology as much as I could. And if I didn't do that, then it would probably be fair for people to assume that I still agreed with their actions. At one point, he posted on his subreddit and wrote, "Someone asked me about my old Boogaloo boy persona, so I made my response and thought I'd share it to set the record straight. Again, I hate being political, but I wanted to clear this up. Love y'all, thanks." The statement that he included with this read, "Alright, so I'll go ahead and make my official statement here, because better to come straight from me. Over 2 years ago, I was among the first to begin using the term Boogaloo. Originally, it was a rendition of Che Guevara's, not that he was a good person by any means, code word for revolution, and I have always been a proponent of freedom and liberty. I believe in the divine rights of every human, and therefore, aspects of self-independence are important to me. So I began using the word in small settings, and then decided to make a meme page using the name as no one had yet done so. To give you an idea, my name was Boogaloo Boy, and several have pointed to me as being the original and started the Hawaiian shirt thing, as I've always just worn those shirts. However, as the term became mainstream, more ideas began to come into the group. Everything from Antifa members to fascists wanted in on it, and the original idea became muddled and broken. I always meant it as a for the people thing, yet it quickly became something else."
Okay, so it's like he made like a meme sort of thing, and then it just got like
Yeah.
spun out of control. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's what I got out of it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, doesn't seem to be that. I mean, clearly, like it became a
No.
big deal, but like,
Right. But it's a logical explanation. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
I want to highlight one segment here. Where is it? It's gonna be hard with the Twitter loader. If it won't load, I will find Brandon's post about it. 1 second. Because there's a very egregious post.
Oh no. Oh, I think I saw that. Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I saw that. His initial response to it.
Yeah. So here it is, right here. It is. The tweet reads, in a desperate attempt to make Wendigoon look bad for being friends with me, this overweight loser describes me as a gun YouTuber who's been accused of threatening assault.
He is friends with Brandon Buckingham, a gun YouTuber who has been accused of threatening rape.
Now, KHuck, do you know the context of this?
Possibly. But I can't think of it exactly like right off the top of my head.
All right.
Did it have to do with Sneeko?
It does because Sneeko,
okay.
with his then girlfriend at the time, obviously in a very open relationship, and Sneeko and his girlfriend offered to sleep with Brandon and a bunch of his friends. And so,
yes, okay.
When Sneeko and Brandon were going at it, Brandon said, "You know what? Why don't we just come to town and run that train on your girl? Like, you offered to." And later on stream, Sneeko twisted that into Brandon threatened to assault his girlfriend.
Yeah,
and
I remember all that now.
The thread, but it's very clear that Praise of Shadows did no research on any of these guys whatsoever. Because in the thread he talks about how he did no research on any of them. Because first off, do you watch Brandon's content at all? Do you at least know of him?
I've heard of him through what you just described with the Sneeko stuff, and he also is a boxer too, I think.
He was in a boxing match one time.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Brandon's more of an IRL. Like he goes to different places and he interviews interesting people. He's not a gun YouTuber. The reason why he's assuming all these guys are gun YouTubers is because he saw, I believe it was the Tom IRL video, where him and a bunch of other YouTubers are at a shooting range. That's where in Praise of Shadows is getting all the ideas of these are a bunch of far-right gun YouTubers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that makes sense. I was... oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
It's lovely stuff.
God, this man. I looked at his channel earlier today, this Praise of Shadows. I looked at his channel earlier today just to find that video to find this video in particular, and I happened to find it, but I saw that it was over 2 hours. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this whole thing.
He got rid of the Wendigoon section after all the criticism came out, and he admitted that he did little to no research. I mean, Muda talked about it in his video, but he straight up called Muda and Oompaville supporters of Andrew Tate, in which if you did any research on Muda and Oompaville's videos, it's pretty clear that they're not.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's what I was just getting ready to lead to, was that because I didn't want to watch the 2 hour long video, and it was, just watching however many minutes of that 40-minute clip made my brain hurt. But yeah, I watched Muda's response to this, and that's why I figured it'd be better just to hear his explanation of it. And it still made my brain hurt, but not as much.
Oh, yeah.
This man.
So
This man.
you well, apparently he's gonna be taking a month break. So you gonna be excited for more In Praise of Shadows content coming in months, KHuck? Does he have your subscription?
No. No.
Well, you know
Hard
the people who you
pass,
should
no.
subscribe to is the Still Connected channel. We have great podcasts on here. We got, of course, the Nerd and the Huck. Then we have the Lol Gals, which, did you know that they were featured on the broadcast recently?
Yeah. Yes, I saw that episode. It was really, really good. They did a great job.
It was. And guys, okay, if you want, we have even more shows coming up soon, okay? So if you want to be entertained by the vast, small commentary community, join the Still Connected channel. Make sure you hit that bell for all notifications. I'm NerdyJohn, signing out.
Bye, guys. See you later.